Yeah.
I would definitely have, and this is another Mystery Incorporated thing. They have like Batman style, the Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
With all the bad guys in it.
Yes.
I think that would be a really fun
like that
thing
museum
to have.
type thing. Is that what you're talking about? Like
where Velma works,
right?
And her mom owns it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a really cool part for me as like an OG Scooby Doo fan, going through that Rogues Gallery, like seeing a museum of what if this was the history of this town. Is like they have the 10,000 vote ghost, and like they have the knight, and like all these different characters from old series. These are actually historical things that happened in their town. So they've got like their costumes or whatever up on the wall on display. They have so many cool characters too. Like a lot of interesting character designs from all these different series. So that would be cool to have a museum area, and then maybe you have to exit through the gift shop from there, and they're selling Crystal Cove. I don't know what the name of that building is, but like memorabilia as if you're visiting the actual town, and like that could be pretty sweet. They've got like snow globes of all the different bad guys, and like, because I think
that would be a cool entrance center to get to your vehicle.
It's like a visitor's bureau almost. Like this is the cool stuff about our town. And something that I think is interesting is it's not like you go through that museum and then there's a statue of the Mysteries Incorporated group. All of these villains are like immortalized in this museum, but there's not a thing that says every single one of these bad guys was caught by these meddling kids and their dog. There's like doesn't seem to be any reference to that, and it's not like everyone's like, oh my god, there they are, like our town's heroes. It's just, you know what I mean? There's like a disconnect there because everyone in the whole town is aware of their history with all these bad guys, but no one is aware.
But they never bring it up.
Yeah, they never bring it up. Like I think it is kind of a shame that there's not more reverence towards the Mysteries Incorporated group. Like they're really doing some amazing things on their own. Just kids in a van.
Hey, Scooby! Scooby, Scooby Doo, looking for you. Scooby, Scooby Doo, where are you? All the stars are here, waiting for you. Couldn't have a show without you.
Now, here's a question that I have for you.
Okay.
Do you think walk-around characters are probably going to be a thing?
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
right, I do think
Charlie the Automaton, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he walked around a theme park. That seems like a direct connection.
Right.
And people want to see that.
True.
People are expecting it. But do you have the Scooby Gang? Because I don't know how...
Yeah, that's a thing that I've always been kind of struggling with in regards to this park is like, I don't know if are you them? Like, are you inhabiting the role of that person? Kind of like in laser tag, there's not like a big buff, like space marine running around shooting people. It's like, you're that person. I know you don't look like them, but you can inhabit the role and do the things that they're famous for doing. So I think that it's you and your group of people you're traveling with at the theme park. You're the new detective group. And maybe that could
Mystery
be
Inc.
A Mystery Inc. Yeah. Maybe you're a franchise, kind of like what they do with Ghostbusters. They're like franchised out. So maybe you go in.
Yeah, or I mean, with Scooby Doo, Jabberjaw or
right.
Goober and the Ghost Catchers.
All of those
Bang
other.
Face.
Yeah, there's so many of those groups that even created by Hanna-Barbera. So getting the rights shouldn't be too difficult. There's all these knockoffs of Scooby Doo that have a talking whatever mascot, and then just teenagers who do the actual work. So I think that could be a thing. Like maybe you go into the visitor bureau, you see the history of what's happened before in this town of Crystal Cove or whatever you want to call it. And then maybe it does have a statue of the original Mysteries Inc. at the end. Or you have people in character, like, and they're like, maybe they're aged up or something and they're like retired and now they just kind of run a training agency to teach other people how to solve mysteries. And then that's how you get your like, your safety spiels. It's like Daphne is teaching you what the rules of the park are or whatever, or how to successfully solve mysteries. And then they can also tie in the safety stuff.
Yeah, depending on your branding, I think that's super interesting. Being like the training facility for teenage detectives, or Harry Potter, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. You go through like Gringotts or the Hogwarts ride especially, and it's like come on, we're here. And then they kind of like duck out and you do something and then they like pop back in and they're like, over here now.
Yeah, I definitely like that idea. So maybe it's like the next generation of Mystery Incorporated, or maybe not everyone who goes to this park will be a teenager. You know, it's like just a new crew, replacements of the originals. So,
but just like going to Disney, everybody's a kid.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You don't have to be like, oh, well, these are the senior citizen brigade of, you know, you don't have to like tailor it to specific people.
People walk in and they're given badges. It's like, oop, over 50.
You're going to have to be a bad guy, I think. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Grandparents over here. Grandchildren over here.
They sort you by your age. Like, oh, there's a teenager from this family. Let's pull them. Teenager in this group. Let's pull them. Everyone else can watch at home. But we need teenagers only here. One thing. Okay, so I was thinking about this. Like, maybe you go to the park. I hadn't started with this, but I think it's a really cool place to start, where you walk through the Rogues Gallery and kind of learn about the history and reflect on all the different iterations of Scooby Doo. And then they're getting you ready, like they start training you or whatever to go solve some mysteries. And then you get to like pick out some kind of like outfit, like you get to play dress up a little bit, dress up like it's, you know, the late 60s or whatever.
This is straight up Westworld.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. And you could also have the different outfits that the different, you know, teenage mystery solving groups had, like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, all those kinds of different groups, Jabberjaw, all those guys. You could dress up like them, or you could dress up like the original group, or whatever. They just have funny like 70s clothes you can wear. And then someone gets to dress up as like, the animal companion. So like someone gets to dress up like a mascot. They get to wear the Jabberjaw suit and like walk around. If you want to. You don't feel like being a human. Like you can be the animal sidekick if you want to.
Or is that... So you then get in this vehicle, right?
Right.
And so depending on what vehicle you get in, is that your guide through the park? Like how you make the decisions for where you want to go?
Yeah.
Do you have an animal in there?
Right.
Like I don't
Maybe
know if it's just like on a screen.
Something? Yeah, or on a screen.
Yeah, you could do a few different things.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Depending on how crazy you wanted to get with it.
Right.
But yeah, then you're like, you know, we want to do this. And then you get like Scooby Doo and they're being like, okay. You know?
Yeah, that's a cool idea. And maybe the like companion animals, because this is just like a training thing, like you just went through training, this is your first mystery. Maybe they're not with you yet. The animal companions are like the supervisors. So they like stay in touch via like video conferencing. So you can like video conference Scooby Doo and be like, Scooby Doo, what should we do in this situation? How can you help us? And then, you know, behind the scenes, they've got just call operator people who are pushing the button to make Scooby Doo say, oh, go look in that first room for more clues, or, you know, like giving you hints from there. It could be kind of a neat thing, because having an animatronic Scooby-Doo would be very difficult, because it needs to like jump into your arms, and like it needs to be pretty, I don't know, next level technology or very expensive. And if you do like a hologram,
it depends on what reality you want, right?
True, that's a good point.
Like if you want the reality to be like this training center, then you don't want it to be too... like what am I thinking of? Like Small World, you know?
Yeah, I got you. You want to be solving the mysteries, not just learning how to solve mysteries. So maybe the training part is just when you first get in there and they go over like the safety spiel. And you know, maybe the dress up thing is kind of a dumb idea, but you just get to pick out your own vehicle that you want to drive around in. You know, they have like mystery.
I kind of like the dress up idea.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love the mystery machine itself personally. So that's the vehicle I would want to take. And if this is kind of a franchising the Mysteries Incorporated group, you can pick that vehicle, but they could also have like that dune buggy from Speed Buggy. I guess his name is Speed Buggy.
Speed Buggy.
Yeah, they could have... I always liked that show for some reason. I didn't realize that it was different than Scooby Doo when I was really young. I was like, oh yeah, Shaggy, these are Shaggy's other friends. And Scooby Doo is a car now, I guess. Yeah. But they could have different vehicles from, you know, all of those different mystery solving groups, and they could all just be a bunch of different colors of mystery machines as well, you know, depending on the budget we've got for vehicles. But people like
the 13 Ghosts one that's red.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool
with the TV monitors.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be neat. And so you get in the vehicle, you know, you can fit 3 people in the front seat, 1 person's the driver, and then the people in the back. Sometimes, the mystery machine has like monitors back there in like a crime lab situation. So maybe that's where you can talk to Scooby Doo, like you've got him on the video screen, or it doesn't have to be Scooby Doo. It could be Professor Pericles, like the parrot genius from Mysteries Incorporated, giving you guidance or whatever if you need help.
Yeah, or Vincent Van Gogh. Or
yeah.
that.
Oh, that's a great idea. Just having the celebrities from that world and the original Mysteries Incorporated could be helping you out. You know, maybe Shaggy is the trainer every Tuesday or whatever, and he's the one that you'll be talking to as you go through.
Let's combine the vehicle and sectioning the park.
Yeah.
So that way you can go to like, you know, like Haunted Mansion land.
Yeah.
And you can go through these like walkthrough areas.
Yeah.
Or maybe each one is themed, and you have like a walkthrough, you have a motion ride, you have like a roller coaster, you have an eatery.
Yep.
So like you have like the Gator Swamp. You
Right.
go to the Gator Swamp and you can ride like, you know, a log flume, obviously.
Absolutely.
The walkthrough would be like a mansion
With those like
and-
crocodile monsters from that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And then like the eatery would be like a New Orleans gumbo or something
That's
like that.
a great idea. And even as you were saying that, I was picturing you're driving your vehicle around the like highway and you see the exit sign and it just says, you know, whatever the name, we'll need to come up with like better names for this, but like the swamp area. And you can just take that exit. If you're like, I always love episodes that take place in the circus, like just keep driving until you see the circus exit, take that exit. You can eat in like, you know, the big top restaurant, and then you can go see maybe the circus, and during the circus show, like something scary
crazy
happens. Yeah, and then you have to go find the monster or whatever. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because you are going to have
It
to
also gives
transition.
options.
Yeah, options, exactly.
Because now, if you want to be active, if you want to do like mystery solving stuff, it gives you that option. If you just want to ride rides, you can do that.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to like hang out, like, you know, you can go wherever.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. And so maybe depending on the experience that you are talking about, like maybe when you first get there, people are like, what kind of stuff do you want to do? Like if you're just, I'm, you know, a roller coaster person, I just want to ride roller coasters. They'll say, okay, this is an inside tip. There's a small, you know, Ferris wheel icon on the street sign that points to the direction of the roller coasters. So everyone doesn't know that necessarily. So if you just want to organically experience a Scooby Doo episode where you have to like walk around for a while, find the mystery, find clues, and then eventually you'll get to the chase scene, which is the roller coaster part, you can organically find it. Or if you know the shortcuts, you know, you're like, I just want to trap stuff. I want to be like the Freddy type inventor role. I just want to trap bad guys. They're like, okay, look for this icon.
Oh my God, create your own trap center.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing? I think they can just
That's a great one.
They just have like foam versions of, you know, those big like steel bar cages and all the like Rube Goldberg machines. Yeah, because you could totally set that up. It'd be pretty cool. That would be an interesting, even like an educational thing, like learning how to assemble traps would be a cool, you know, training course. So
yeah, in Universal Studios when it, you know, years ago when Nickelodeon was still filming there.
Yeah,
I went through the actual Nickelodeon studios, and they had a game show that you could be on, and it was like Family Double Dare, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you know, you got slimed and stuff. And so, what if you could do like somewhere in between an interactive stunt show and like a Legoland style, like build your own Lego thing?
Wow, that's a really cool idea.
You get to create your own trap.
Yeah.
Section.
That's an awesome idea. That sounds really cool. And so maybe the way they do it is there is someone who's a professional. If you want it to be like next level, like Rings of Fire and like really exciting stuff, there's a professional out there. So you're not going to set the stunt up itself, but he's going to act it out for you, and you get to build a small scale. Like they're like, okay, we're going to pick 5 people from the audience. They get to pitch their idea of how we're going to catch this guy. And then the actual Freddy character will go out there and assemble the thing and try to do it, try to catch the bad guy with that trap. And if the technique doesn't work, you know, it fails, which happens a lot on the show, then there's a backup one where the monster gets trapped somehow on accident. You know, Scooby Doo comes out and like drops a banana or whatever, and the monster slips on the banana and his like mask falls off or whatever. So there's always a fail-safe where like if the big spectacle stunt fails, you still catch the bad guy anyway. And you still get to encourage the kids to try new things and like experiment with these different trap ideas. That's a cool idea. Like,
That's fun.
the stunt show. Yeah, that sounds awesome. And
That's super fun.
so maybe your group would kind of split up into the different roles for the training part when you first get there. Like, do you want to be the person who just kind of runs around? Like, you want to be the Shaggy where you're just the bait? Or do you want to be the person who designs traps? Or do you want to be like, I don't know, nobody wants to be Daphne's role, I don't think. She doesn't get to do anything that consistently exciting in every episode. She just kind of is a filler, floater person.
Are you the babysitter?
Yeah, she is kind of the mom of the group, I suppose.
All right, let's do 5. Let's do 5 roller coasters.
Let's do it. So we're going to have 5 different lands?
Yeah, I think that's a
Cool.
good starting point at least.
Sure. Yeah, and we can always expand, you know. Yeah.
We can always expand in our fictional.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is totally fake, so yeah, absolutely.
Sky's the limit.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, obviously, yeah, the swamp gator
Yep.
log flume. That's an easy one.
Yep.
So that's a water ride.
Yep. The circus, I'm not sure what, maybe, there's all kinds of stuff you could do with a circus, but none of them are super roller coaster-y.
Unless it's legit like an old
actual
school
roller
like
coaster.
wooden
A wooden roller
coaster.
coaster. Yeah, I like that. Because it could be a circus
But-
/ amusement park, or do you want to do separate?
Yeah. No, I'd probably group those two together for
Yeah.
economy's sake.
I agree. And then we could do a castle.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
Castles are good.
And that one's that. Oh my gosh! Wait, no,
Ooh.
but the
Ooh.
whole thing
Yeah.
is inside the castle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the ride goes through
Right.
it, but there's also the eatery within it
Right.
that the ride goes by.
It's all in the one
There's
building.
like,
I love that.
yeah,
And when you
That's
first
cool.
enter the room, like maybe the entrance to this castle is a just kind of normal seeming like reception area, and you have to find the one candelabra you can tilt over, and then the bookcase swings open, and that's how you get to the roller coaster, or that's how you get
that's
to
sweet.
the restaurant or whatever. It could be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
there's clues to how you get around it.
Yes.
But it's not super obvious.
Yeah.
Like you have to like move candles or push bricks.
Yeah.
Or like.
I love that. And then,
I wonder.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I wonder how far you can get with that safety wise. Like, could
Right.
you do a trap door somehow?
I don't know.
I mean, you could do it. You could do like a slide where like a floor panel goes down,
Yeah.
and you don't fall, but you see it go down,
Yeah.
and then you get to get on
That's
the slide.
true, because in real life that would be just as thrilling. Like, I know in the cartoon they kind of have to make it right underneath where the people are standing, so it's like, oh my god, they fell. But it would
Always
be
conveniently.
it is always right under their feet, and it's not like it's huge. It's not like a 10 by 20 hole in the ground. It's like 2 feet by 2 feet, and they were just standing all in a group right there. But it would be really, really exciting, even if just a door cracks up. The escape rooms around here, there's always this mechanism of you get to a certain point of like solving these clues, and then you open the last lock, and it opens a door like across the room, and that's like the most exciting thing ever. Like, we get to go to a new room. Like, I thought we have like 10 minutes left in this challenge, and there's a second room all of a sudden, and you like have to sprint in that room and try to find the next clue to finish the overall escape room. If any listeners haven't done an escape room, try to find a good one, like a well-reviewed one, but they can be absolutely wonderful. But I think that would be a really cool thing, is solving a clue and then a door opens.
Yeah, that's also micro versus macro.
Mm-hmm.
On the macro level, you kind of have those things,
Yeah.
but there's no like teleology to them. So like in the castle area, castle section, you know, there are things to get here where you have to like move a candelabra or something.
Yeah.
But also within each area, there's an escape room style attraction.
Cool. I like that a lot.
So that's more the mystery solving thing as opposed to the roller coaster or the eatery or, you know, the motion ride or...
Yeah, and I think that doing Scooby Doo like motion rides and maybe those kind of walk around shooting gallery thing would be pretty cool too. But I don't know, they don't shoot very much stuff in the Scooby Doo universe. But
Yeah, there's not a lot of violence.
yeah, that's true.
It's mostly running away.
It's slapstick violence, if it is violence, and I don't think you're allowed to do that to theme park guests. You're not allowed to just run into them full force and like make a funny sound effect. Doesn't translate very well.
Bongos.
Yeah, bongos whenever someone starts running. Oh, that'd be really funny. If there's like motion detectors in every room, and if someone's running a certain rate, they start playing the bongo.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, that might be the shtick of the park, technology-wise, is reactive environments.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Like the way that you play or the way that you get into it. I mean, obviously a roller coaster is going to be a roller coaster.
True.
But other things, you know, you could have it be like how you react to this
determines where you go. Yeah,
yeah,
and there could
it
be
affects the actual world.
Right, there could be multiple routes to get out of a certain room.